Hey there, Brad Trabodica at Keller Williams. So, does the thought of selling and buying a home at the same time literally freak you out? If so, it's understandable, and you're not alone. And I've been to a number of listing appointments for my clients, and it freaks them out. And I put together a checklist and a chart here that was helpful for them to put their mind at ease and wrap their heads around how it works. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So I want to go through it real quick, and hopefully you find it helpful if you're planning to be in that situation. And even if you're not in that specific situation, it's important to work with somebody that is aware of the situation, because there might be another party on the other side of your transaction that's going through that. And you should have somebody that knows what to look for. Couple things. Number one, speak to a lender first. Understand your financial situation and the options available to you. Very important, and will save you a ton of time. Number two, this is going to be a combination of being really prepared, really skilled, have a great plan in place, and a little bit of luck. All right? And number three, I want you to keep in mind, in all these scenarios, you need to price aggressively. And that means your list price on your current home, and it means when you make offers on new homes, you got to make solid offers. You're not in the best position of leverage at this particular time in this scenario. So the goal is to sell and to buy, not to get like tremendous discount deals or extremely high prices. Okay? So obviously the first thing to do is to start to search. Okay? And everybody's going to look at active homes on the market. They may get discouraged by looking at the active homes and saying, I don't really like what's out there. But the tip I have for you here, and I'm going to sprinkle in some tips along the way, is to look at the under contract or pending transactions, because you may just have a timing issue. You may have just missed out on 3 homes that you would have liked in your price range. The timing didn't work out. Guess what? There's more homes coming on the market soon, okay? And one may be right for you, but you got to make sure you're prepared, skilled, and you're ready to strike when that comes, okay? So look at the under contract and pending homes. Get out there and understand the market, okay? So before I get into this, if you want to go to bradtrabodica.kw.com and get this information or shoot me a message, let me know and I'll send it over to you if you think that this will help put your mind at ease a little bit. All right? So 2 scenarios your family can fit into. One, you got the cash, you got the money for a down payment, or you don't, okay? And this is your current home, this is your new offer for your new home, okay? So if you got the cash, what I would recommend that you do, that's an optimal, ideal situation, don't list, go buy a house. Because when you go buy this house, there's no contingencies, you can focus on one thing at a time. You don't have people running through your house where you're trying to manage home inspections over here and you're trying to manage showings over here. Go buy a home. Okay, come back, get through a good portion of this, go back, and then list your home. That way, you have peace of mind, you know where you're going, you can prepare your home properly, you can start to declutter, remove things, and it's much more efficient and a lot less stressful, okay? However, most people fall into this situation over here. What you want to do is, you got to get your home on the market, okay? These are the statuses that your home can be in: active, pending, sold. Your house is active, you can go make offers on homes, but ideally those would be, ideally you want to wait until you have a pending status where your home is under contract. If it's active, it's going to be very difficult for a home seller to accept your offer, and especially if you're priced too high, the agent's going to know that and really not accept your offer. But you could throw contingent offers in and make it valid for X amount of days and see if they'll accept your offer. Most of the time, it's a waste of time. Okay? The trick is to get this home in pending status. And before you do that, the tips here for your agent is that you want to negotiate a couple terms before you accept that offer. One is let them know that you're buying another house and that you're gonna need some flexibility on the closing date. Okay, number two is negotiate like a post-possession use of occupancy term for like 2 or 3 days post-closing. That way, when you move from here to here, you won't have to move twice. You don't have to find a storage facility, move everything there, close, then move everything into your new home. Okay, negotiate that there. And also, a good idea is to negotiate using the same title company so that escrow and all the funds moving back or forth are controlled by the same party. That'll help mitigate some risk of some issues popping up at the 11th hour. Okay? Once you have those terms accepted, get it in the pending status, now you make your contingent offers. And they're more likely to be accepted because you know who the buyer is, you know if they have a contingency, and you know the closing date. Okay? Here, this buyer may back out at any time, which voids this contract, or this seller may back out for whatever reason. Maybe home inspections didn't go well, okay? You have to have a plan B in place. That means storage units, you have to have a plan B for where you're going or your family might be homeless, okay? You can't just go void this contract because this guy bailed out. So make sure, you know, if you're getting equity out of here, maybe you get a hotel, an Airbnb, you rent, you got a family, friend, you gotta have a plan B in place in case this deal goes sour, okay? So, the final tip I have here is closing, okay? On the closing day, the ideal situation would be you close on transaction A on the same day as transaction B. This one happens at 9 a.m. This transaction closes at noon, okay? And then the use of occupancy post-possession kicks in for 2 or 3 days. You go back, move for 2 or 3 days into this property, go clean it, make this home nice and spick and span, broom swept for your new buyer, okay? And then your transaction is done. If you want this information, go to bradtravatica.kw.com. And even if you're moving out of state, we can manage your transaction here, do this, and I can find you a realtor in another location that is familiar with this process and can work with us on a seamless transaction. Hope it was helpful, and if you want this to keep your mind at ease, hit me up. Good luck.